All right, this is Mr. Voigt again for my CAD class. I am doing my Revit introduction. This is the second video in a series of videos. In the first video, we talked about how to get these walls drawn, and we spent most of the time concentrating on this wall, how to make them have all the elements in them that we wanted to. Okay, so what I want to make sure we can do now is manipulate these walls into, so I just drew these on here, but if you look at my document, the very first thing I want you to be able to do, so up here, I want it to be 52 wide by 32, or 52 feet long by 32 feet wide, okay? Um, that's outside finish face to outside finish face. So I'm going to show you how to manipulate where things are in here. That's the first thing we're going to do today. Then I'm going to introduce you to how to load window types into your Revit. And if you look here, it says load double hung window family into Revit. And actually, if you look down here further, the only type of window we're going to need is a 3x5 double hung window. So we're going to come back to that. Anyway, if we go to our Revit, what I really want you to understand, and this is kind of counterintuitive, is that if I click on this wall, it gives me, first off, it gives me the wall type that it is right here. If I really want to look at what that wall type is made up of, I can go in here and look. Okay, I don't need that right now. I just know that that's my wall type. So what happens when I click that is it gives me what we call temporary dimensions, and they're over here. And if I scroll in a little bit, those dimension lines are either on these, looks like these are both on the outside of my walls. So outer edge or outer face of my walls. If I click this little dot up here, see how it went to the middle of the wall? If I click it again, it goes to the inside of the wall. And if I click it again, it'll toggle back out to the outside, and it'll go through those three things again. So when you're measuring, making sure things are where you want them, you have to make sure these are referencing the right places. Otherwise, you'll be off. Even if it's a little bit, you'll be off. And that's not good when you're building things. Okay, so this, when I have this wall highlighted, that means I can click in here and I can change how far apart those walls are from the out. So it's 32 feet from here to here. If I type 30 in there, it's going to move the wall I have highlighted closer. You see how I moved it closer? But I want it to be 32, so I'm going to change it back. It changes it back to 32 feet. Now, if I want to know how wide it is, I just got to click one of these side walls, and it doesn't matter right now if I click which one I click. And I don't know why it's giving me two dimensions here, but it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get them both on the outside, like so. And over here, those are both, see how they're referencing the middle of that? I got to get these both on the outside. And it says that for both of those, I don't know why, again, I don't know why it gave me two, but I'm going to go 52 feet. See how they both changed? So now I'm 52 by 32. And I can click, and when I don't have anything highlighted, those temporary dimensions disappear. Now, I want to show you one other thing that has to do with temporary dimensions. And I have to also show you when I do the window, something that goes a little bit goofy with Revit when we place our windows, but that'll happen in just a minute. So if I come up here to, I'm trying to make sure I know what I'm talking about here, view, user interface. That is not it. I want to come up to manage, I believe, my manage tab. And where it says additional settings. So if I go to my manage tab and my additional settings, I'll have all these different things that I can set up in different ways. Here's my temporary dimensions. If I click that, what this does is when I click a wall or a window or a door or some entity, it's going to try to give me where it's at in relationship to other parts of the drawing. And in this one, in the walls, it will reference the center lines by default. Well, I like referencing the faces. Okay. And I like also referencing for my doors and windows, the edge of them. This is now referencing the center of a door or window, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm going to go opening like that. So now I've set this up to measure to my faces. If you remember when I clicked this last time, and again, I don't know why I'm getting two of them right now. Oops, I better go back. If you ever make a mistake, so I click something and something happened, I don't even know what happened, to be honest. I'm going to come right here to this undo, and I'm going to go like that. Okay. See, now this, I don't know if this is still a temporary, yes, it is. So that's my face. It referenced my inner faces, so when I click, it just goes to the outside. Anyway, so now I'm still at 32 feet. Basically, when I click a wall, this became a permanent dimension somehow. I don't know what I clicked, but if I'm going to click it and I'm going to hit delete, and that dimension is gone. So when the dimensions don't disappear after you click off the wall, they've become permanent dimensions. And it makes it harder to move things. So sometimes you got to delete those. Anyway, I'm going to click this wall, and it tells me, see how it referenced my inside faces? Okay. If I want to move this up, I just click, and I just click, and now I'm at 32. Anyway, that's kind of a long-winded way of doing that. You can go into your manage and your additional settings and do that if you want. You can just click those dots if you want to as well.